This combat patrol is on a mission to destroy a secondary bridge, which is occasionally used by the enemy to resupply his frontline troops. The destruction of the bridge could be an important factor in the success of an attack being launched by one of our brigades in 2 days. For in addition to cutting off the enemy's resupply, the destruction of the bridge would isolate his troops on the near side of the river and prevent reinforcement by enemy motorized units. Because of nearby anti-aircraft defenses and target size, it was determined that ground troops were the most economical resource to use to destroy the bridge. The success of a combat patrol is the end result of detailed planning, extensive preparation, and skilled leadership, a responsibility of the patrol leader, in this case, 2nd Lieutenant Frank Church, 1st Platoon, Company A, 2nd Battalion. To give you some idea of the manner in which this patrol leader planned and prepared for the critical mission he and his men are soon to execute, let us go back about 13 hours in time. After receiving the mission briefing from his company commander, Lieutenant Church immediately began working on his warning order. This included a careful study of the patrol mission, terrain, and situation. He identified the essential tasks to be performed. He formulated a plan of action and planned the use of his time by making a written time schedule.
Lieutenant Church. Sir, I'm Sergeant Castile, 2nd Platoon, 42nd Engineers. I was told to report you.
Welcome aboard, Sergeant. You got here just in time. I'm on my way to issue the warning order.
A patrol leader should issue the warning order as soon as his tentative plan is made. This will allow the members of his patrol the maximum preparation time possible. It is desirable for the warning order to be issued to all members of the patrol. However, when this is not feasible, as in this case, the warning order is issued to key subordinates, who in turn will issue it to their men. The patrol leader's warning order consisted of a brief statement of the enemy and friendly situation, the patrol's mission and general instructions, to include squad and team missions, weapons, ammunition and equipment each member would carry, a time schedule for the patrol's guidance, and the times and places for inspections and rehearsals.
Our mission is to destroy the bridge located at Foxtrot Lima 057747. As you know, this is the same bridge Sergeant Troy's patrol reconned yesterday. The bridge must be destroyed no later than 0400 tomorrow morning. Sergeant Young, you will be the assistant patrol leader. You will be in charge of the patrol during my absence or if anything happens to me. You will also be in charge of the support element of 2 machine gun teams and the Dragon anti-tank weapon during the raid at the objective. Sergeant Troy, you will be the assault element leader. Your team will secure the bridge prior to the emplacement of the charges by the demolitions team. Sergeant Castile, you are the demolitions team leader. You will be responsible for preparing the bridge for demolition and destroying it. To assist you, I am assigning part of the assault element. Sergeant Goggins, 3rd Squad will provide 3 two-man teams to make up the security element. Your remaining 4 men will man the machine guns of the support element. Sergeant Driver, your 2nd Squad will be part of the assault element. One of your men, PFC Santiago, will be detached to the support element as Dragon Gunner. 1 fire team will be with the demo team under Sergeant Castile. The other fire team, minus PFC Santiago, will be the search team. You will be the search team leader and second in command of the assault element. Sergeant Goggins, 3rd Squad will provide 3 two-man teams to make up the security element. Your remaining 4 men will man the machine guns of the support element.
After organizing the patrol into 3 elements, an assault element, a support element, and a security element, Lieutenant Church issued specific instructions to his subordinate leaders for special tasks.
Sergeant Young, see me after the warning order. I want to go over the list of special equipment we'll need. You too, Sergeant Castile. I want to talk to you about the demolitions. Sergeant Troy, since you reconned the bridge last night, you will make the terrain model. What are your questions?
Sir, I'll have to go back and get some men.
Okay. Anything else? That's it.
In compliance with the patrol leader's time schedule, the following actions were then accomplished. A list of the patrol's ammunition and special equipment requirements were turned into company supply by Platoon Sergeant Young.
Pull me off the 502 on the trail network.
All right.
Lieutenant Church coordinated with a fire support officer for pre-planned targets with the Battalion S2 for the latest intelligence and weather reports, and with a commanding officer of Bravo Company, the friendly forward unit through which the patrol would depart and re-enter. During this coordination, Lieutenant Church was assured that a guide would be provided for both movements, and in the event the patrol made enemy contact, Bravo would furnish fire support and reaction squads. This information and other coordination items were included in the patrol leader's operation order. Prior to issuing the order, Lieutenant Church developed a detailed plan which included items such as navigation, security during movement, actions at danger areas, actions on enemy contact, and actions on the objective. The operation order was the usual 5-paragraph order outlining the situation, missions, execution, service support, and command and signal matters.
After we secure the ORP, I will go on my leader's recon. Sergeant Young, Sergeant Troy, the surveillance team, and the 2 flank security teams will accompany me to the release point. After the release point is established, I will go forward with the surveillance team to pinpoint the objective and set up the surveillance position about here.
Visual aids, such as terrain models and sketches, are extremely useful, for they help to ensure a better understanding of the mission.
I will then return to the release point and send out the security teams. When they are in position, Sergeants Young, Troy, and I will move out to locate positions for the assault and support elements.
The patrol leader explained in detail the actions which each team and element would accomplish on the objective and in the ORP.
Sergeant Goggins.
Upon completion of the operation order, the subordinate leaders copied the sketches and returned to their positions to disseminate the order to their men.
The ORP right here. Okay, you'll stop right here at the ORP. Secure down here.
Inspections and rehearsals are vital to preparation. Under the supervision of Lieutenant Church, an initial inspection was conducted by the element and team leaders. This was to ensure that each member in the patrol was physically and mentally prepared for the mission, that weapons were clean and serviceable, that special equipment was available and operational, and that each man knew exactly what to do and when to do it. Following this initial inspection, Lieutenant Church conducted a dry run rehearsal on a bridge as similar as possible to the one which the patrol would later destroy. Because time was limited, the patrol leader concentrated primarily on actions on the objective, the most critical phase of the mission. For the purpose of realism, some members of the patrol posed as enemy personnel.
Assault element ready? Over.
Ready, sir.
On signal from the patrol leader, the men posing as enemy troops simulated being hit by the machine guns of the support element.
Assault, move out.
Simulating fire and maneuver, the fire team Alpha crossed under the bridge and took up security positions. At the same time, fire team Bravo secured the near side of the bridge. With the bridge secured, the demolition and search teams rehearsed their assigned tasks.
Sergeant Wilson, take your men below.
Dummy explosives were placed on one of the uprights. At the same time, the search team rehearsed searching enemy dead or wounded. Since the mission was to be executed at night, a night rehearsal was also conducted. Prior to the patrol's departure, a final inspection was held. This was to ensure that each man was properly camouflaged and that all discrepancies found during the daylight inspection had been corrected. Letters, wallets, pictures, and personal papers were left behind. If lost, or a soldier was captured, these items could reveal information to the enemy. At the conclusion of the final inspection, the patrol moved to the rear of Bravo Company, the forward friendly unit through which it would depart and re-enter. Lieutenant Church was met by the guide who would lead the patrol through the departure point. Before leaving the area, the patrol leader made a final coordination with Bravo Company's commander, who informed him of any late developments which might affect the patrol. At the conclusion of the meeting, Lieutenant Church returned to the patrol, which was then led by the guide through the departure point. As each man passed through, he was counted by the assistant patrol leader. This same procedure will be followed when the patrol re-enters the area. If any man is missing, the frontline positions will be warned to be on the lookout. Head counts will also be made after crossing danger areas, after enemy contact, and after extended halts. Now that you have an idea how Lieutenant Church planned and prepared for this mission, let's see how it is executed. A patrol is extremely vulnerable while moving in enemy areas. Therefore, to avoid ambush or unplanned enemy contact, it must maintain constant security and employ the proper movement techniques. There are three types of movement techniques. When enemy contact is not likely, the traveling technique is used. When enemy contact is possible, traveling overwatch is used. And when enemy contact is expected, bounding overwatch is used. Since enemy contact is possible, the patrol is moving by traveling overwatch. If the situation dictates, the patrol leader will switch to bounding overwatch. Regardless of which technique is used, the fire teams travel in wedges, with the team leaders leading their teams. The patrol leader positions himself where he can best control the patrol. In this case, Lieutenant Church is at the head of the support element, the second element in the order of march. Platoon Sergeant Young, the assistant patrol leader, is in the rear, traveling at the head of the rear security element. From this position, he can assist the patrol leader in controlling the trail elements. The patrol infiltrates enemy lines by following a pre-selected route which takes it through areas lightly held and infrequently patrolled by the enemy. A night observation device is used to help detect enemy positions or patrols. As the patrol draws closer to the objective, the patrol leader decides to recheck his location. He directs the compass man to pass the word to the pacemen to send up the count. The job of each paceman is to pace count the distance from point to point. The pacemen are separated, so they will not influence each other's count. The two counts are rarely the same, but if both pacemen are performing properly, the average of both counts is a good approximation of the distance the patrol has traveled. In this situation, the patrol leader estimates the patrol has about 800 meters more to travel. When the 800 meters have been covered, the patrol leader halts the patrol and checks his position.
Meters from the technical arc. Compass man and 2 men from the point security area.
Before leaving, Lieutenant Church gives the assistant patrol leader a contingency plan covering the actions to be taken if he does not return or makes enemy contact. The patrol leader does this each time he leaves the patrol. The ORP, Objective Rally Point, is a point near the objective where the patrol will make its final preparation prior to actions on the objective. It is also used to reassemble and reorganize after the actions on the objective have been accomplished. When the reconnaissance party arrives at the tentative ORP, the patrol leader directs the 2-point team men to clear the area. While this is being done, he and the compass man will maintain security. As soon as the area has been cleared, the patrol leader and the compass man will return to the patrol and guide it back to the ORP. The other 2 men will remain behind in security positions. Meanwhile, at the objective, the enemy continues his round-the-clock vigilance, completely unaware of what is soon to happen. With the ORP occupied and secured, the patrol leader prepares for his reconnaissance of the objective. He will be accompanied by the assault element leader, the support element leader, the surveillance team, and the security teams.
These are 4340 hours. What are your questions? Okay.
Before leaving, Lieutenant Church issues a contingency plan to Sergeant Goggins, who will remain at the ORP with the main body of the patrol. The first halt in the leader's reconnaissance is the release point, a position between the objective and the ORP. It is used to control the movement of the teams to their positions. As soon as the reconnaissance party arrives at the release point, security is immediately established. Lieutenant Church informs Sergeant Young he is now moving forward to pinpoint the objective and establish the surveillance position. A surveillance position is normally located on a vantage point from which the objective can be clearly seen. From this location, the surveillance team can provide early warning of any enemy activity which could jeopardize the accomplishment of the mission.
Going back to the release point. Keep the objective under close observation and notify me of any changes. I'll come back and get you as soon as the assault and support elements are in position. Any questions? A and B here. Team A, move out in that direction. After you cross the stream, move to about 40 or 50 meters from the road and secure. Team B, you move in that direction. When you're 40 or 50 meters from the road, secure. As soon as you set up your claymores and get into position, notify me by radio. 4 beeps from Team A, 5 from Team B. Any questions? Okay, move out.
Security is vital to the success of a patrol's mission. In this situation, the patrol leader has planned for security to be established on the left and right flanks of the objective. From these positions, the security teams can give early warning of approaching enemy. They can seal off avenues of approach and escape by fire, and they can cover the patrol's withdrawal. Claymore mines are emplaced at each security position. Care is taken to restore the ground surface to as natural a state as possible. If the claymores are not used against the enemy, they will be fired 1 minute after the bridge is destroyed, and the men will return to the ORP.
Security teams are in position. Let's move out and locate positions for the assault and support elements.
As the patrol leader and his party reconnoiter for suitable locations, the patrol members in the ORP are making last-minute checks of their equipment.
This looks like a good spot for support. Good field of fire.
Yes, sir.
I like it. The Dragon can destroy anything that tries to come over the bridge.
I like it too. Machine guns are murdering from here.
Okay. Let's find a location for the assault element.
Meanwhile, the surveillance team continues its close observation of the objective.
What do you think, Sergeant Young?
Looks good to me, sir. Good fields of fire.
The enemy will have to fight in two directions.
Okay, let's get back to the RP.
When Lieutenant Church returns to the ORP, each leader will check the equipment of his men to ensure everything is functioning properly. When this has been accomplished, the leaders will lead their elements through the release point to the pre-selected positions. Lieutenant Church will accompany the assault element since it has the most critical mission in the patrol. Here is how the patrol members will be finally deployed. In right and left flank security positions, in the support position, the assault position, surveillance position, and the objective rally point. When the support and assault elements are in position, the patrol leader will guide the surveillance team to the assault position. The primary direction of fire from the support element will be against the enemy machine gun position on the near side of the bridge. As the enemy position is being suppressed, the assault element will attack. When the assaulting force nears the bridge, the patrol leader will order the supporting fires to cease.
Support element ready. Over.
Sergeant Griffith, move out.
Lieutenant Church sends Team A of the assault element across the river to set up a position on the far side of the bridge.
Sergeant Castile.
Once in position, Sergeant Griffith signals Lieutenant Church by radio that he is ready.
All set?
Yes, sir.
Commence firing.
Sergeant Griffith's fire team takes out the far side enemy bunker.
Ceasefire.
With the enemy resistance eliminated,
Fire.
the patrol leader orders a ceasefire.
Let's move out.
Let's go.
After Sergeant Troy and the assaulting fire team overrun the enemy position, Sergeant Griffith will establish a defensive position immediately in order to repel a possible enemy attempt to retake the bridge prior to its destruction.
Nothing secured, no ammo, nothing. We got everything together, man.
Roger. Good work.
Okay.
At about the same time, Fire Team Bravo secures the near side of the bridge.
Search and demo teams, fall out!
The enemy dead are searched for letters, papers, or possessions which might be of intelligence value. If there were survivors, they would be given medical treatment and taken back for interrogation. If this is not possible, they would be tied up if necessary and left in a location where they could be found. When a search is completed, the body is marked. This will prevent a second search. Meanwhile, the demolitions team is hastily preparing the bridge for demolition. The work of installing the explosives progresses quickly and smoothly. Sergeant Troy reports the situation to the patrol leader.
Sir, my element is established with the fire team on each side of the bridge. I have no casualties. There are no enemy survivors. Ammo has been redistributed, and each man has 6 magazines and 2 men have laws. When the search team is finished, we'll join up with Team Alpha on the far side of the bridge.
Roger.
With preparation of the pier completed, the demolitions team will now join Team Bravo on the near side of the bridge. Sergeant Castile makes a last-minute check to ensure that all branch lines have been properly tied into the detonating ring main. The firing wire is now run back to the assault element's original position on the high ground, far enough away to protect the men from flying debris. The patrol leader directs Sergeant Troy to pull the men back to the assault position.
Sergeant Troy, come back with your assault troops.
Roger, sir. Out. Everybody back to the assault position on the double. All right, let's move. Let's move. Come on.
The left and right flank security teams remain in position to engage enemy fleeing from the bridge or reinforcements moving toward the bridge. They will stay where they are until 1 minute after the bridge is destroyed, at which time they will fire their claymores rather than waste time retrieving them and return to the ORP. With the entire assault element safely back at the assault position, Sergeant Castile makes a galvanometer check to ensure the continuity of the firing circuit.
Check's okay, sir. Hook it up.
Lieutenant Church now warns the rest of the patrol that the firing system is about to be detonated.
Blow it.
1 minute after demolition of the bridge, both security teams fire their claymores.
Hit it.
The men will now return to the ORP. Mission accomplished. The remainder of the patrol withdraws to the ORP, where a head count will be made to ensure all members are present. At a safe distance from the objective, the patrol will halt. Any intelligence information which was gathered will be recorded and then disseminated to each member. Thus, in the event of ambush or capture, even if only 1 man returns, the information will be delivered. The patrol will then return to its unit, to Bravo Company, for a debriefing by the Battalion S2. Yes, detailed planning, thorough preparation, leadership. These 3 ingredients, coupled with the efforts and determination of every patrol member to accomplish the mission, spell success for the combat patrol.